Hello and welcome to the first of what we hope will be several instructional videos from the band room of the International Staff Band. We're going to be exhibiting music soon to be published from the music editorial department in the United Kingdom. And the piece in question today is going to be published in August in our general series, and it's the music of Geoffrey Nobes. Geoffrey's music has been very popular since the publication of Prelude on Lavenham just a few years ago. This is another prelude, this time on the tune Deep Harmony by Handel Parker, and it's set to the very well-known words by Isaac Watts, When I Survey the Wondrous Cross. As we'll be hoping to exhibit in our rehearsal today, you'll want to make sure when you're rehearsing this piece that the fundamentals of brass playing are taken care of with balance and intonation and togetherness. But most importantly of all for a Salvation Army band, we need to tell the story of that song with its word association and its very strong links to the Easter story. So here is Prelude on Deep Harmony by Geoffrey Nobes. Okay, we're going to look at this new piece by Geoffrey Nobes. We want to get this cantabile style throughout because we're reflecting the words of When I Survey the Wondrous Cross, and he particularly references demands my soul, my life, my all throughout the music. So have that in mind in creating a really cantabile style throughout, because really this is a musical prayer. So let's go from the beginning and have a look at this. Thank you for that. Let's just highlight a couple of parts that Geoffrey has put in his score notes so we can understand those. Solo and first cornet, I'd like you to play bar 6, 7 and 8. This figure comes for us all at some point in the music, and it often connects the different verses and the different settings. I just want you to warm this up with a little rise and fall. Okay, just play bar 6 to 8, but everyone listen because this connects with your part. Okay. And same shape, now do just a little bit more subtlety and support the air through the minim so that octave is gracefully negotiated. And 1. Good, and then that figure follows in the middle of the band here, same shape. Make sure that's uniform in our production of that. There's a nice moment too before A. Make sure, second baritone Harry, you really sing over the bar line there, and we come away in those 2 bars to set up the first verse of this tune, Deep Harmony. Can I hear the first 3 bars? And can you make sure that you're aiming for bar 4, horns and flugel, beginning, just the horns and the flugel. Lovely shape, make sure ensemble's always there. Okay, can we go beginning to A? And I'd like us to exhibit that figure that we heard here, where it's in the band, and then those couple of bars for A, create a bit of colour for us there, Harry. Beginning. When we have this crescendo before B and you join us cornets on those nice fruity low B flats, keep them as beautiful as you can. But again, just join in with the crescendo rather than dominating the start of it. So we can go B, 8 before, please. 8 before B, it should be the start of the crescendo for you. And understand the lyrics here, and pour contempt on all my pride. The start of that diminuendo is on the word all. So without getting any louder, we need to shape towards that. Start 4 before B. Horns, the warming up of that B flat across the bar line will help us to do that. 4 before B. Now at B, we have this figure, la da da dee, which the trombones were just starting there, and then it passes into the flugel, and it's taken from the last phrase of the hymn. And I want you to think about demands my soul, my life, my all, to help you to sustain this into being quite a long figure. And then we have kind of inversions of that figure we played at bar 6 to 8, coming in the cornets, la da da dee da, and then mirrored in the trombones. See if you can reveal those on this sight read from B. Okay, let's start 2 before B, so we can exhibit 1 before B trombones. 2 bars before B, my life, my all is where we're starting. So that the third time that figure comes, la da da dee da, it continues. So keep that rolling, 4 before C, and aim for 1 bar before C. We get a note that doesn't feel like it should be in the chord. So let's celebrate that, and then we have a key change, or an implied key change at letter C. And we just need to find the balance of that chord. So I'd like you to start before C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. 5 before C, and then will you just hold the first note of C as a pause when we get there, and let's find the balance. 5 before C. Okay, so we've just got a lot of the E at the moment, or the B natural here. So let's make sure we just have a slightly better balance. Can you play the first note of C, please? See if we can address that. Just make sure the E isn't too strident, because it's doubled in the euphonium and in the first trombone. Can I hear 1 bar before C, and just play this note and hold it, and just listen carefully to your intonation. Actually, we had slightly less of the E flat here, and the balance change worked our intonation out. Thank you. Continue now from C. So we're passing on little fragments of the tune as we build from C to D, where we're going towards the final verse. Start at C. let's really graduate that crescendo as we're adding players. We don't need to start the crescendo too soon, but then making sure that we still arrive at this lovely warm forte. And we're going towards the words of the last verse. Let me read them to you. Were the whole realm of nature mine, that were a present far too small, love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. So still cantabile, still rich, beautifully balanced, nothing overdone. And notice solo cornets, you're on a counter melody that's celebrating some of these figures that we've rehearsed. So just make sure you're just inside the melody. Long phrases here, please. Start before D, 4 bars. Make sure you can hear the trombones. If you can't, you're too loud. 4 before D. Ah. Beautiful sound. Now, if we look before E, again, where that diminuendo is placed and where that suspension is placed for the second cornets and for the horns, demands my soul, my life. It's on the word life, and then it comes away for my all. Life, we're giving a lot to Jesus by praying this prayer, and then we make it personal, my all. So can we reveal that? We'll need a softer dynamic at the end of that row to make that work. Go before E, 3 bars. Make sure this is direction, but never loses its beauty. 3 before E. We've got that little delicate figure, that rise and fall we can provide there. 4 from the end, horns and baritones. Everyone else has dropped, apart from the basses, everyone else has dropped below your dynamic. Just be a little bit more present there, so we've got somewhere to go with that diminuendo. And then trombones, think of the words my all. Understand that Gareth ties through there. We want to hear that 3-part chord emerge in the last couple of bars. Can we do E to the end? And in that last bar, I want you to make the listener work out where the sound has finished. Really bring it down. E. Thank you, everyone. E. But when we run this through, as we're going to do now, we need to make sure, in making all of those musical ideas work from E in the end, we still have ensemble. So take care of ensemble, and we'll find a last note that we're all happy with the length of. Okay, let's play down this prelude on deep harmony.